What's up, guys? It's Dan here for BladeReviews.com, and I've been tagged by my good buddy, Mr. SouthPawKnives, and he was asking me to pick out one knife to rule them all, is what I like to call it. But I guess it's, the one knife, if you could only carry one folding knife, what would it be? And kind of riffing on the old Lord of the Rings there, I like to think of it as one knife to rule them all. So maybe I'm just insane, but if it was one knife, and if it was one EDC knife, we got to keep in mind this is folding knives only, it would be a really easy decision for me. It would be this Sage 1 right here, a knife that I've been meaning to shoot a video on, but suffice to say it's just awesome and perfect for my kind of EDC applications. So when I'm allowed to carry, a nice medium-sized knife, but really one knife for everything, this would probably be a little small, to be honest. So I like it, but for those kinds of tactical applications, we might be coming up slightly short here. So perhaps something like this military would be a better option. And this is actually a left-handed military, which is important for me. If I'm going to pick one knife for the rest of my days, it's got to be left-handed friendly, lefty friendly, and this one is in fact made for us left-handed dudes, so it would certainly be up there pretty high. It's a beautiful knife, big, I can barely get it on the camera, lots of utility, but to be honest, I really haven't carried this one too much. This is kind of like a bug-out bag knife. It's almost an oddity for me because I just, I'm not in the military or law enforcement. I just haven't had a chance to really carry it, so I'm just not sure what exactly it's capable of. I mean, I know it can do great things, but if I'm going to pick one knife, I might want to be a little more practical and go with something that's been tried and true. So my one knife is actually not going to be this military, although I do like it a lot. It's going to be the Benchmade Griptilian. So shouldn't come as a huge surprise because I gave this knife a very nice review. In fact, it's one of my favorites, and I enjoyed watching Gavco's video because he actually brought up the Benchmade Griptilian, and he also kind of dueled it out with the Griptilian and the Parrot 2. And unfortunately, I don't have a Parrot 2, so maybe if I had one of those, it might be up here next to the Griptilian. But he made some good points, and he was saying for like 70 or 80 bucks, you really can't beat the Griptilian. And to be honest, I have to agree. You're not going to get the combination of steel, just smoothness of deployment, lockup, and all-around solid, rugged utility. This can be pressed in the EDC rolls. It can be pressed in the tactical rolls. In my mind, it's a nice segue between something like the Sage 1 and something like the military. So I think it's a great value, and I think it's just a great knife. And if I were to only be able to carry one for purposes of this video, I think I'm going to have to go with the Benchmade Griptilian. So full size. Love this knife. Okay, that is it, but I have to tag somebody, and while I'm going to tag somebody, I'm also going to give them a little shout out because I've really enjoyed their channel, and it's my friend As I Lay Dying 1984. You've been tagged, and I actually already contacted him to make sure he even wanted to do this, so he was like, yeah man, sure. So very cool guy. I'll leave his channel in the description box below, so you can click on that and see what he has to come up with, because he's got a sweet collection of knives, and I'm sure he will come up with something cool for us. So looking forward to seeing what you got, man, and thank you, SouthPawKnives, for tagging me. This was pretty cool. It wasn't as easy of a decision as I thought it would be, and but I'm going to stick with the Griptilian. I thought that was a good choice here. I really like it, and doing that recent review not too long ago really reminded me how much I did. So, okay guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. Take care. I'll be back soon.